Taking a look at the energy markets today, I want to focus on WTI. WTI up on the day, catching a bid this afternoon. We did see it lower initially, but we did see it close higher on the day. Currently right around the 58.45 level, so up slightly, again tempering some of this downward momentum that it attained after the big spike last week. And so when you look at WTI, I think it's very interesting to point out that intraday we did see it actually go to a new low after last week's pop. A 57.41 was the intraday low, but able to once again close above 58. So I think from a technical and psychological standpoint, short term, that's a positive. Looking at some of the dynamics to start the week, supply is certainly in focus after the weekend. Now, Saudi Arabia is still indicating that they expect to be back to 100% production by the end of September. A lot of market participants are fading that a little bit. They feel that although the supply disruption hasn't been as intense as what the market had anticipated last week, they still are not 100% sure, that Saudi Arabia is going to be back up to those levels pre-attack. And I think that's something that the market's still contemplating here, and I think that's why you see the risk premium within the contract still holding up. Also, some of the geopolitical issues that the market's contending with as well are definitely in focus this week. Certainly the tensions between Yemen, Saudi Arabia, Iran, the rhetoric continues to be very hot, very confrontational and antagonistic. So I think that's part of the reason why we're seeing WTI stemming some of the selling pressure. Also, we have an interesting dynamic here in the United States this week with the UN this week. Now, both Iran and U.S. leadership will be at the UN. There has been some talk about the potential for them trying to meet. Now, Iran has not indicated that that's necessarily part of the plan, but there's still some hope there that maybe the U.S. and Iran can meet this week to maybe come to terms on some of the issues they've been contending with, and that's going to be a big player if they do ultimately do that within the crude space. So I think those are some of the dynamics that the market's contending with this week. But currently we're seeing crude moderate, holding right around the 58.5 level for the start of the week.